And you have this way of hiding behind this verse. Some of you pastors do it. Some of you Christians do it. And of course, the unsaved out there do it. When you want to stay in your nastiness, when you do not want anyone to challenge what you are doing, you have the temerity to say, oh, don't judge me. Judge not. Don't judge me. You don't hear the Bible say don't judge me. And you are misrepresenting the word of God, trying to hide behind it, to use it as a cover. That is witchcraft.
Oh. Come on, me live, where I say?
Hey, what's up, Bolo? Evening.
Me live, you know. You hear me? What happened to her? Me not hear you. Gone. Call her back. Let me call her back. First time I'm actually listening to this these clippings about judging. And I really want to hear the list, you know, because yes, you hear me now?
Yes, I'm just hearing you now. I wasn't hearing you a while ago.
Yeah.
I was just saying happy Sunday to you and everyone on the platform. Happy Sunday to everyone, and I hope everyone is doing well.
Yes, thank you. Same to you, my darling.
Yeah, man.
You still have the port them?
No, you know, one time I did link you up the other day. One gentleman did reach out to me, but he never have enough for me to come into Kingston. I think he wanted about less than £10 he wanted, and I couldn't come in a town with that alone. It wouldn't economically.
So you're on the live right now, so tell the people about the situation now.
Okay, hi guys, happy Sunday again. Some young lady over in Portland, East Portland to be exact. I do have a pig farm, and where I sell pork meat at $500 per pound. So now I'm slaughtering and killing weekly. I would just like to ask anyone if they're interested, just reach out to me, 403-4922. That's 403-4922. Your support would be really appreciated. Thank you for that, Bolo.
So say the number again slowly.
Okay, then the phone number is 403-4922.
So that's 876-403-4922.
4922. Correct.
And she have the good stuff then for the
oh
people
my
them
God,
will love to eat them
it's so good. It is so soft.
All
I mean,
right.
these pigs get good care. They get vet assistance in growth.
Really?
All the good things. Then they
Oh man, we are going good.
And yeah, man, it's a whole pig business that I started.
Yes.
Even though I had my nursing thing going on, but you know.
Yeah, man, life is life.
The nursing job, take care of every bill. So you know, you have to turn your hand like fashion ball as you know. So.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So people, please support Kimon.
But anyone who is interested can just reach out to me, 403-4922.
Yeah, man. Reach out to Kimon, ladies and gentlemen. We get to a nice, tender pig, you know. You understand?
Very tender. I tell you, Bolo. Very tender.
All right. East Portland, big up every time.
So, you have to circle me back popcorn. Come here, kind of. So, what I wanted to say to you, now, Bolo, is that I was strolling through YouTube in the evening,
Yes.
You know, so the Jamaica Labour Party not interested in helping nobody with no hurricane relief and no nothing. The people them keep your council meeting and plan prepare for the local government election that have gone, you know.
Oh.
Yes, I was strolling through.
So they are used. They are gonna know. So they are gonna know. Use this.
Devian was there. Rhoda was there. Colonel Charles Jr. was there. The other one, Ambassador Marks, she was there also. And a peer local government election, them talk about how much seat
What's
they
up,
want,
Phoenix?
how much county seat them want. And Colonel Charles, as the guest speaker, he was talking about the relief effort. So it's like he might bring the government policy into the political meeting, which is a total conflict of interest in my opinion.
Are we surprised? These are the people that talk
We are
about.
not surprised.
These are the people that talk
We're
about
not
September
surprised.
3rd gone already. They are constantly, ladies and gentlemen, trying to
They are
win an election.
constantly campaigning.
They are constantly campaigning. Don't let them fool you.
Constantly campaigning.
Constantly
These people are
campaigning.
so power hungry.
Mighty
They don't care
God.
if them brothers and sisters are dead, stay hungry, if them asleep out the door. They
Wow.
just don't care. They
Wow.
just want to be in power.
Can you send me that clip, Kimon?
I will have to search for it. It's a era council meeting they were having.
So where was it streaming on? Where was it streaming
Let's
on?
never look back to see the thing where it did.
Go in your history, go in your
history. School and me buck it up.
Them not have no shame like some. Go and go looking at the history of your YouTube and send me the clip and send me the timestamp, please and thanks.
The man, I was so surprised. Come here, said there are people here plan and I keep era council meeting and plan for the local government election as so many of our brothers and sisters still out of door asleep.
Mighty
It was
God.
so shocking to me, I could not believe.
Wow. Wow.
Very shocking to me.
Shameless.
These people are very, me not even know how to describe them these days.
They come like a wild hog. Mighty God. Shameless.
Me and him, I never know him could talk. You like I'm going in the public platform, you can't talk.
Wow.
It's a disgrace, man. Them people are them sick stomach, me I tell you. And I want to tell you, I have friends in Manchester, you know, and a lot of Manchester people house they blow off, you know. A lot of people never know that, you know.
Yes.
Especially on the northwest side.
Oh,
and
on the
also
border.
on the south
Yes.
side.
Yes, it's
a
true.
lot of people in Manchester got affected in the storm.
It's true. It's
a
true.
whole lot of people down there want help.
It's true.
Because I talk to people down there on a daily basis.
So they are not getting any help from the government?
People. No help, they not get. The only thing they're telling me is that them guys the local government ministry, I don't know, social services, whatever them want to call it now, come round and take up names. Doing assessing.
Yes.
That's all.
So before that they weren't getting any assistance. No highlight.
Only food packages, and the food packages me here couldn't reach to majority. Only a minority got little food packages.
Wow.
They say it's mostly private donors. They say
not the government.
It's from private donors.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I heard that all in South Manchester with Peter Bunting did that for all though. They say Peter Bunting did that for reach out to private companies to help the people then down there. And no help was coming from the government. You understand?
My goodness.
So I just want people to open up them eyes. Open up them eyes, and I hope then realize and see what really affect and are going in our country.
Boy, if the people them now wake up now, if the people them still take $5,000 and $10,000 for vote.
Situation, man, it's very sad.
This local government.
You know, the strategy that them have, the strategy that they have, you know, is just to save the money to buy votes, you know, and that is why you see they do not want to give the people the money I want them to get, because they're saving that money to buy the vote.
Right. The comrades out there, this local government needs to be a record local government of participation.
Yeah, man, we clean them
You need to come out. You can't complain. Yeah, you can't complain about all of the thievery what the JLP are going with, all of the corruption. I want to make local government happen. I want to participate. Alright?
To how me hear them talk about, to how me hear, to the feeling when me I get, it look like me ought to call a snap. You want it see.
A snap one.
It seems to me like he ought to call it.
It's the same thing he did in the pandemic. It's the same thing he did in the pandemic.
It look like he
and
ought to come on with a snap.
Hold on, Kimon, this is deep we are talking about.
They are in high gear. They are in high gear.
Hold on, Kimon, this is deep enough, because isn't majority of the people without identification in the affected areas? How them go vote?
I have no idea. Remember, I must say that's why them said they bring in them documents and then want ID and all these things. I don't know.
I want them to
take the government.
Use the same method.
The government institutions now, the government institutions, the SSL and the this and that to people. Is that trick, you know, where them get the listing and names of people, you know.
Yes.
So we are targeting voters that, you know, when people try to access government service,
right,
is a way of targeting voters because they have the list of the names. You understand?
Yes. My goodness.
Anybody who tries to access government services, that is how they get to target the votes.
My goodness. Wow. Kimon,
Yeah.
I appreciate this.
And that is why, I just want one more thing before I go.
Yeah, man.
And that is why the PNP have a hard time to get anything when Labour right in a poll, because they saw Labour right know Labour right. If the Labour right, they know every Labour right.
Yes.
And it's only Labour right in get the benefits.
Yes.
I tell the Bolo, politics mash up this country. It make the people suffer.
Well, it's not the politics, it's the way how they are politicking. Because politics is everywhere. But it's the way how they are going about it. This is supposed to be a democracy.
And I just want to say, Bolo, maybe me and you even differ upon this, but I just want to say, boy, the PNP are do what they can do, but me not see them play no politics. And they need to start play politics.
No, I really don't want them to, because if it's wrong, why should they play it? It's wrong.
But you have to fight fire with fire so
no,
you can't
Kimon, no.
And that you have to do, you know.
I don't agree. God does not operate in that manner. God does not stoop to the devil's level.
But if you're soft and very respectful and demure all the while, everybody are going to walk over you, you know that.
The PNP is not soft.
We have to face reality.
The PNP is not soft.
Jamaica, the toughest of the toughest will survive. If you're soft, you're not going to survive. You know that, Bolo?
Kimon. The PNP is not soft, and they need to stop saying that foolishness respectfully. All right? Look what Mr. Dr. Alfred Dawes did the other day. That was soft.
Yeah, man, like selected few are doing a good job, but I'm talking like all the seasoned one them were in there for a long time. Me never want to start calling nobody new. Come on, nobody see no.
What I'm saying is
who me a drop my word for me don't who me a drop.
But what I'm saying is you cannot expect them. You see, we don't understand enough. The JLP is using the media where them have to spread a propaganda. So when the PNP come out and raise an alarm and it doesn't have enough proof behind it or back it in, they label it as, oh, they just want September 3rd gone already and them just bitter. Right? What did Mr. Alfred?
PNP needs to take advantage of the new media. Social media is open to PNP. A lot of good PNP bloggers are out there. PNP needs to take advantage of social media. They're not taking advantage of social media. And that is what they need to do. They need a communication strategist in the party. You understand? PNP, they need a communication strategist.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you about a communication strategist, but to say that the PNP need to fight fire with fire, it means what you're saying is that they should do what the JLP is doing, and what the JLP is doing is morally and ethically wrong.
Not directly, to be honest, but I need more fire, Bolo. I know why I say that. I will tell you some more things off the air and everything. We can't talk on the air.
Later.
Me and you talk privately. I know why I say that.
Tell the people them again.
I love you as always.
Tell the people them again. Tell the people them again about the pick them. Some new people come on.
Okay. So hello guys, happy Sunday again. This is Kimon from East Portland. One eyes that we say over here, nothing else. And I just want to say I am a pig farmer. I sell pork weekly, and anyone who is interested, $500 per pound. Nice soft pork, very clean, and everything stamped by inspector, vet checked, and on a regular basis. Feed well. So anyone who is interested can just reach out to me at 876-403-4922. Thank you so much.
One more time with the number.
Okay, the phone number is 876-403-4922.
All right.
Thank you.
Bless up. Later.
And don't worry, I have customers all in Kingston, so nobody think it's far. Come have people from town come get pork from me.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man, it don't really matter the distance.
All right, mama.
All right, thank you so much, and have a blessed rest of the day.
All right, mama. Later.
All right, bye-bye.
Cool. Yes, people. So, Kimon start up all the business right now. Big up Kimon from East Portland. All right? Yeah, man. Big up yourself, last some. I see some people in our chat saying I'm agree with her. J. Brian, big up yourself. J. Brian, check in. Omar. the Jamaican people need to be specific about when they say that they want the PMP to start fighting fire with fire. What you mean? You want the PMP to start going out and telling lies on the media and spreading propaganda. That's what they want the PMP to do. They want the PMP to start putting out illegitimate information on people, right? Like what they're trying to do with Dr. Alfred Dawes. Although Dr. Alfred Dawes came out and said explicitly that he has nothing to do with that particular company, didn't benefit from anything. He made that very, very clear. They are still running that same way, trying to mix Dr. Alfred Dawes. But they have no smoke for the head of the stream. They have no smoke for Mr. Andrew Wallace. They have no smoke for Christopher Tufton. And talking about Christopher Tufton, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Tufton had the audacity, the other mitigated gall, to come out and say to us, after 1 week of this scandal of the UHWI, right, to tell us that what is happening on the media is a distraction. Can you imagine? On our media, free media, is a distraction. I'm wondering if he read the report. I'm wondering if he saw the details of the report. Us highlighting the connection between Mr. Dr. Dawes highlighting the connection between the Manchester boys, highlighting the process at which they decided who would be the CEO of UHWI. When the lady flew down from England and nobody wanted to see her. And when Dr. Tufton saw her, she didn't get a good energy and she didn't get the job. The person that was unqualified, that coincidentally is a high school friend of Dr. Tufton, got the job. And since he got the job, all of the processes that should have been, dealt with because of various reports from the Auditor General and recommendation, the situation has gotten worse. The entire system is being eroded. The man them have students acting as actual workers at the UHWI when they should be studying. They can't go to class. And he said that what we are speaking about on this is distraction. You can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. These people are immensely disgusting. I can't even, seriously, them piss me off. I have no trust or respect for them. May I tell you that straight. They don't even pretend to be of integrity. They are audacious in their behavior, in their wrongful behavior. You understand? Let me play the tape. I was like, what? Christopher Tufton finally opened his mouth and this is what he had to say? Man, boy, we in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in trouble. TVJ, yeah. It was a 2-minute clip on TVJ. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. And I want to thank Deanne Jackson Miller for her breakdowns, because she's going into the details of the Auditor General report. Right? Listen to this.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is rejecting claims that he should bear the responsibility for procurement breaches at the University Hospital of the West Indies. Dr. Tufton says blame rests squarely with those who deal with procurement at the health facility.
Want to hear that? Christopher Tufton is blaming the people that deal with procurement at the UHWI. He's distancing himself from all responsibility. All. Not a little bit. All responsibility.
More than a week after the Auditor General's report exposed serious breaches at the University Hospital of the West Indies, public...
Hold on there. Joe Brad, I never see that commenter. The PMP is doing a fantastic job. He says, we the people now need to carry the... Thank you. That is what I've been saying. I've been saying that the PMP, Dr. Alfred Dawes, has given you guys the tools necessary to demand real change of the government. Nobody no need to tell you what to do now. No. At the end of the day, when I go to the hospitals, right? When you send your this doesn't even affect just Jamaica with the UHWI. It also affects the Caribbean. When you go to these schools, right? When you send your kids to these schools and they're supposed to be there learning about what they went there to learn about, they are missing class. It is time for the people of Jamaica to come collectively together and stand for the right. And ladies and gentlemen, what I just heard from Kimon is that there's a local government that might be coming up soon, local government election that will be coming up soon. If there was ever a time for us to have a record number of persons voting in the local government election, it's this one. Whenever them call it, clean sweep. You understand? Because one of the things that is used, it is easier to manipulate the numbers in the election when the numbers are small. When you have massive amount of people coming out and voting in drones, different ball game, ladies and gentlemen. So don't sit at your yard and say, oh, and think that you're going to actually change anything by not voting, by not doing anything, by just coming on social media. No, you have a responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, for your own liberation. Stop blaming the PMP. They have their responsibility and they're carrying out. How many of you listen to Parliament? How many of you listen to the Senate? How many of you, How many of you listen when Mr. Lambert Brown had to expertly correct Arbin Hill talking about his government is transparent and accountable? When there is no accounts for how much procurement of millions of dollars, that is the definition of being unaccountable. Transparent when there are so many gag orders, so many gag laws. We don't know who these companies are. We don't know who own the company. That is transparency. Shelly, big up yourself. That's not Wagwan Splash Digi. Pinky Pink, how you doing, my baby? What's up? Day one in the building. How you doing, love? Pinky Pink, are you getting prettier? What's going on with you? That's crazy. What's up?
Concern continues to mount. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tofton, who appointed a committee to investigate the findings, is now facing intense criticism. Despite this, Dr. Tofton is distancing himself from the fallout, saying the matter is complex and rooted in long-standing systematic challenges.
Free media is filled with distractions.
Can you imagine? Long-standing systematic issues. So how long have you been the Minister of Health, Christopher Tofton? How long does it take you to actually fix these long-standing issues? Over 10 years? So are we going to see it fixed now? Seeing as you understand the problem is a long-standing issue. His words, and coming to now attack social media, saying that we are a distraction when we are highlighting the issue. The audacity, ladies and gentlemen. How is this man still the Minister of Health? The people of Jamaica, you have to stand up and call for the resignation, and not call, demand the resignation of Christopher Tofton. Demand the resignation of the Manchester boys. Carl Bruce and Peter, what was his name? Petersfield Mitchell? What his name? Fitz Mitchell? Yeah, man. Fitzgerald Mitchell, whatever I want him. Call for the resignation of all three individuals. And I'm guaranteeing you, if you get the real management in place, everything else will work out itself. Because anybody that is there, that's not working with real management in the change for the right, them are going to prison eventually, ladies and gentlemen. It starts at the top. Christopher Tufton is using the same playbook as Floyd Green. Floyd Green wants us to believe that, you know, he has nothing to do with it. I mean, it's his ministry. He's the head of the ministry. But when it comes to procurement, Dennis Chung does the same thing. He is the head of the FID, but he's not involved in Andrew Onas's case. People who don't really ever accept these nonsense coming out of these people mouth. Jamaica don't really ever accept that. They want you to believe these things and you're just going to blindly believe it. They take us for fools, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to continue to act as if and behave as if we're fools? Are we going to continue to have them spit in our face and tell us that it's raining? Come on, man, better than that, man.
And unfortunately, it's an opportunity for persons to comment and to pursue their ambitions.
You hear him? And Dr. Alfred doesn't match your word, pan, you know. Right? Without calling his name, you know. Unfortunately, they have the ability to comment and to pursue their ambitions. Why is it unfortunate for persons to comment on the issues that are happening, the deteriorating and the dilapidated situation that we have in the health ministry and in the JLP government? Why is it unfortunate that people have the ability to speak on them and comment on them? That sounds quite dictatorial to me. That's a very dictatorial stance. Aren't we in a democracy? Shouldn't it be the right and shouldn't it be encouraged by a government that people speak and get engaged in their politics? Why is it unfortunate, Christopher Tufton? Let's hear that again. It's unfortunate.
And unfortunately, it's an opportunity for persons to comment and to pursue their ambitions.
Dr.
Wow. Wow. Dictatorship, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Banana Republic, you know. Banana Republic.
Tufton says those responsible for procurement are the ones who should be held accountable.
For example, you have a development program for the university hospital that started at the University of the West Indies. The resources were provided to support the design of a new building.
You know, so basically he's diverting blame to the UE. And I want to say, the fact that you're saying this, Christopher Tufton, it means that you have understanding and knowledge of the situation. So as the Minister of Health, is it unreasonable to say that you understood the problem but you never fixed it? Are we to believe, because he's talking about a long time problem, you know. So it's either Christopher Tufton is incompetent and he doesn't have the ability to structure the thing in a way that it functions the way it's supposed to. Now he's laying blame to you, pointing the blame in every other direction, but looking in the mirror. I want to say this to the Jamaican people. You are the boss of the government. Just understand and remember that. You are the boss. Your employee is saying to you, listen, this is a long-standing problem, you know, from over there and over there and over there, you know. He's admitting that he knows about the long-standing problem. Now the question is, why didn't he fix it? And the other question is, does he have the ability to fix it? Is he incompetent? And if he's incompetent, why is he still working at the job? Why is he still there? And then that question transcends to the leader of the party and the Prime Minister, Andrew Onis. Why does Andrew Onis put him back there? I would have to assume that Andrew Onis also have knowledge of this problem, this long-standing problem. Remember, he said, you know, he works at the leisure and the pleasure of the Prime Minister. Not my word. So I would assume that the statement he's putting out now was one, stamped by Andrew Jones, and two, confirmed and accepted for him to come out and say this. The Minister of Health, Christopher Tufton of Jamaica, laying all the blame of the UHWI. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not the only thing that's going on, you know, with the Ministry of Health, you know. It's not just the UHWI, you know. What happened to the Cornwall Regional Hospital? I noticed he never even spoke on that.
Case in point, that resource was determined through another institution, government in the Caribbean, and was administered through the University of the West Indies. So what we need to do is to assess in its totality against the report how these layers of authority work.
So now, he admitted that it's a long-standing problem. And now he wants to assess how these layers work. You're telling me as the Minister of Health, you don't know how those layers work, Mr. Tufton? With knowledge of the long-standing problem. Why are you guys getting paid? Why did you guys get a raise? Why did you guys get a 200 to 300% increase on the money? To exercise this level of incompetence, you think we are boo-boo? You think we're slow? We might not know all the details, you know, in terms of operations, you know. But there's somebody out there within the space of the People's National Party that does. Right? And I'm waiting to hear a response now. I'm calling on the People's National Party. What this man just said. Somebody need to counter this argument, because his argument is that it is beyond him. Right? It's not his responsibility. It's a long-standing problem. Albeit he's the Minister of Health. He's laying blame on everybody else but him. And not addressing, I'll tell you what's up, not addressing the fact that the Manchester boys are the ones in the position at the UHWI. And no, let us not forget, ladies and gentlemen, what Andre Stevens raised on Parnaja TV. Right? About the surgical run, Sigma run. That's another issue that needs to be investigated by MOCA, by whoever, whichever agency. You understand? They need to start investigating these charities. $75 million for one CT scan? Come on, bro. And the advertisement suggested that they were going to do... All right. The advertisement suggested that they were going to do a fixing up of the ward. So why isn't the ward fixed? Or is the ward fixed? But then they told us to use the $75 million to buy a CT scan. He never said anything. Sajikor never released a statement and said that the ward was fixed. Those questions need answers.
In the meantime, Dr. Tufton says he is actively working to address the internal issues highlighted in the report as investigations continue.
I have to
Actively working.
allow that process to take its course. And I've given that committee 4 months, and they have graciously agreed. And I think in the meantime, what we need to do is to support the operations of the university, which is a very critical institution for training of healthcare workers, for research in healthcare, and of course, we're providing tertiary level, higher level service in terms of patient care. And we always have to give that institution that support while we work on some of the other issues.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the issues is that the interns cannot go to class because they have to be working. 4 months. 4 months to wait for a committee. 4 months. If you think that was bad, ladies and gentlemen, we have to revisit what they said about Cornwall Regional Hospital.
Healthcare workers against the system. Nurses assigned to the Accident and Emergency Department at the Cornwall Regional Hospital staged a protest outside the facility on Friday.
They cited a rodent issue and severe overcrowding, Ramarda Lyons reports.
Nobody is supposed to live like that. I don't care nobody wants it. It's sit down on chair from yesterday, right? And they still want me to sit back. I gotta sign myself out.
A visibly frustrated patient who ran out of patients at Cornwall Regional Hospital Friday morning. The St. Vincent National said the treatment was below par.
I can't live like that. I'm a human being and not a dog.
In the background, similar frustrated cries. Healthcare workers ratting out their management over its handling of a rodent situation. A sign pointing to the emergency area, but the real emergency was on the outside. Others injecting public attention on a long-standing infrastructure problem. No. Focus diverted from patients like this one. Lines of workers, as long as those in the hospital, of patients waiting for beds. This is the scene inside. Jamaica has long pushed tourism, but beach chairs in a hospital hallway is a strange phenomenon. The nurses said it doesn't sit well with them.
We have to be taking care of patients on the floor. That's not hygienic. Patients sitting on the chair for a week, 3 weeks or more. We don't have enough bed space to care for our patients effectively. That's not safe for our patients. We're crying out here for our patients and for ourselves.
Of course, don't have enough staff to manage all of these patients. Sometimes you have one nurse to 50 people, 30 people. Makes no sense.
The nurses are very distraught. Their health is at risk. The patients are also at risk, and we cannot take it anymore. There are currently over 100 patients in the area, and it's supposed to house maybe about 35.
In excess of over 65 patients, and on Thursday alone, 88 patients waited in the A&E for beds.
And my nurses have to hold patients that is provide resuscitative care on the floor. That is inhumane. And at this time, the nurses just cannot take anymore. We even have...
So we are a distraction, Christopher Tufton. This is a distraction. These issues are a distraction. Us pointing out these issues. They sent her out the hospital after the... What? Hold on there. My mother just died. What? Oh my God. Althea, serious? My condolences. Whoa, they sent her out of the hospital after her pressure went up 207 over 118. They saw it went down the same day. Carry her. No, Althea, you want to call me? Are you in the headspace to even communicate effectively what you're saying to me right now? Whoa, where did this happen? Where did this happen? No, man. You have my number, right, Althea? 876-451-6535. Your head hurt. Oh, my God. My condolences, Mama. Jesus. So, Christopher Tufton, blood is on your hands, you know. Blood is on your hands. Andrew Honest, blood is on your hands as well, you know. Because the fact of the matter is, all these issues that is happening are fixable. All of them. There's not one of them, John Sinclair are doing. There's not one of them that is not fixable. All of them are fixable. Right?
Have some rodent infestation. They have communicated before, and we still haven't gotten a response.
The hospital's management called a meeting about 10 a.m. with the displeased nurses. Following the This the media. Dr. Delroy Frey, clinical coordinator for the Western Regional Health Authority, blamed Hurricane Melissa.
Our facility was damaged and we are now running 156
A corrupt government
You can see right away that our bed capacity has been reduced by, over 50%. This has been a challenge for us.
He added,
a lot have been done, but these things require time in order.
Yo, you see that, brother? Yeah? This man is a JLP apologist here. Talking about Hurricane Melissa. This is predate Hurricane Melissa. That's what the government always does. They always have a pandemic. They always have a disaster to use as a crutch. And when you look at other Caribbean islands, they have moved past the incident and have grown their economy. Of course, they know that blood is on their shoulders. Let me tell you something. Your conscience is the only thing you cannot escape, Christopher Tufton and Andrew Owens know that blood is on their shoulders. Alright? And we're not in their private space. So when you see them come out and them look alright, in the quiet time, ladies and gentlemen. In the quiet time. If there's a shred or an ounce of conscience left and they're not just a shell and their soul have not been sold, they know. They know. They will know. If they are not just a shell being operated by the devil, they will know that blood is on their shoulders. This guy is an apologist.
To fix it.
Regarding bed capacity,
within 1 week to 2 weeks, we should be able to get that because administration is moving aggressively to have the area reestablished. We're going to get what's called, a dome.
This guy he has no credibility after this. I would not listen to a word he's saying after this because the nurses came out and he wants to tell us that the government is moving aggressively. If they were moving aggressively towards the situation from the moment there was a problem, the nurses would have never came out, ladies and gentlemen. The only reason why they're moving aggressively now is because it busts out, so to speak. It's out there in the media. The nurses them come out. It's disgraceful. Internationally, everything. They have eroded the reputation of our healthcare. Haven't you guys read the travel advisor from the United States of America? Haven't you guys read it? It's not positive enough. It hasn't been positive for quite some time. So this is not a today issue. Plus, the Cornwall Regional Hospital is a sewer. The Cornwall Regional Hospital smells like a cesspool of corruption. From 2 billion to 24 billion estimated. Right? And guys, keep the people, our families and friends over the United States that are going through snowstorms in different areas like New York and stuff like that. Keep them in your prayers. Right? Yes, it's 21. Not even weather. Andrew. This weather, okay. Oh, it's minus 21 weather. Oh, my goodness. And you say Christopher Tufton cooler than the weather. Oh, you here in Chicago, Omar? Wow. Boy, Chicago cold different, Yeah, it should have been a brand new facility. I don't know if Dre Bryan is still here, but may I try to remember the name of the building where them build up. A Chinese development. May I try to find my clip in the man. Where Andrew Owens, he was at a recent he was at what do you call it now? A certain speech or whatever for the opening of the place. And he was like how innovative it is that they build it so quickly. And I'm saying, them building that building so quickly that is more sophisticated in engineering. And Cornwall Regional Hospital not built yet. It's glaring, ladies and gentlemen. It's glaring the level of corruption that is happening. It appears as if the Corner Regional Hospital is a feeding tree for corrupt individuals, and they're making a ton load of money off of it. How you reach from 2 billion to 24 billion? How? How is that possible?
That can house somewhere between 100 to 150 beds.
CEO Charmaine Williams Beckford says the rodent issue is being worked on as well.
Since Melissa, you would have expected, given what is happening in the communities, and we're within a community in Mount Salem, that there seems to be an increase in rodent on the compound.
Keyword is increase, meaning say them did dead already. Miss, please, do not insult our intelligence. Do not even try. Do not even try and attempt to sell your soul to defend the JLP. Please, you and this brother, wanna go sit down. Go and
But
sit
we
down.
have our partners, or primary health care, St. James Public Health Services. They are starting a program, and the program should include our campus.
They also addressed the workers' shortage.
We have asked our resident doctors who take call from the specialty to, be there on the ground to help where their, help is needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, when a restaurant or a facility is attacked by rodents or infested by rodents or populated by rodents, do you go to that facility anymore? Do you support that facility anymore? So what do you think is required? They need to shut down the facility and fix it. It cannot be operational in any capacity. And again, Christopher Tufton did not go into detail about this. Talk about the UHWI, focused on that. Why am I telling you?
The management says emergency care was not affected by the protest. Romarda Lyons, TVJ News.
Them really brazen still enough. Ladies and gentlemen, let us go to Diane Jackson Miller. Right? And this is a part of her series. I listen to the details, some of the details, the alarming details of the Auditor General report. And tell me, what you say? Gio Dimkar, I am saying, if you have wind, if you have knowledge of rodents infesting a restaurant, are you going there to eat? And if the public, if the right authorities hear that rats are there, don't they lock it down? Isn't that the procedure? Or are you here defending the government as well and laughing about rats? All the major towns are full of rats. I mean, unless you don't care about your health, tread lightly. Alright? As a matter of fact, be bold and brazen in your commentary, so me can know which side you stand on. Be bold and brazen in your commentary. Are you really trying to make an argument for us having rats in our hospitals? You're trying to make an argument for that. You're telling me that there's no solution to eradicate rodents? That's what they're trying to tell me. Out of our hospitals, where they have to be resuscitating people on the floor, where rats walk in the hospital. That's what they're trying to do right now.
The time people say, well, sweet nanny goat I go running belly. And it looks like there was a whole heap sweet in somebody up at the University Hospital of the West Indies. The question is, now that story.
Doreen, talk truth. Leptospirosis is no joke. Life-threatening.
Come to bump with the report published by the Auditor General looking at what was happening at the hospital in awarding millions of dollars worth of contracts. Does somebody have running belly? I'm Dion Jackson Miller. Thank you so much for joining the West Indies. You can check out my playlist, the Auditor General playlist, to see all of them. In this video, I want to focus on how much we don't know, how much we can't know based on the information the Auditor General says was missing. Also, just a quick...
Albin Hill, come in front of class. You were there in a parliament were there. I talk about your government is transparent and accountable. Come in front of class. Listen to how much we don't know about what is happening under the Ministry of Health. Listen to at the UHWI. Listen to how much we don't know.
Quick reminder, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Also, remember to like the video, share it with anybody you think might be interested. That helps the channel to grow. And of course, that helps me to keep giving you more content. Let's start with how much we don't know and can't know because of the amount of information the Auditor General said is just missing. And I want to say again, I used to work for government a long time ago, back in the day, and record keepers in government, I always found were super strict when it came on to record keeping. So it is more than perplexing how this could have happened and gone on for so long. But
ladies and gentlemen, you know what that is saying without saying it? This is the worst government we have ever seen in the history of Jamaica. Go ahead, Omar. This is the worst government we have ever seen in the history of Jamaica. No apology. That's a fact. Her experience in government is that the accountability framework was so strict back in the day. They didn't even want it to be said that they misplaced a sweetie. But 520 million gone without proper procurement. Tax fraud committed. Tax fraud. Evasion of tax.
get to the report so you can see what I mean. So the Auditor General said they asked for a copy of the hospital's contract register for the period 2019 to 2024. In July 2025, the hospital provided a listing of only 157 contracts, each exceeding $3 million that were awarded between 2019 and 2024. The procurement method for selecting the contracts was not included. The hospital was unable to provide a comprehensive register of relevant contract details such as start and finish dates, contractor names, contract values and duration. This information was essential to the execution and monitoring of contracts awarded to enable proper accountability. And I have to stop there for a moment. I am sure while I was reading that you must have been saying to yourself, because I was, but that's basic. This is basic information. You enter into a contract with somebody, you're going to know how it goes. Start date, finish date, name of contractor, value, how much a contract is, which is you paying it out because it's a hospital supposed to be paying out this money, and how long the contract took to be completed. That is basic information.
So ladies and gentlemen, based off the Auditor General report information, basic information in terms of contracts were not there. They were not even trying. These are criminals. These are criminals. This is criminal activity. This is blatant neglect of obligation, of duty. And people need to go to prison. And people need to lose their jobs because it happened under their watch. This did not happen. This is not a one-off thing. This is years and years of this happening, right? Well, Omar, when you say social platforms, what do you mean? You mean like hours? Well, Ter, big up yourself. Angela, big up. Well, I would say no. I would say no. I would say no. Right? Because, to be frank with you, on my platform, I don't have the numbers. So, what's up, Freedom Project? I don't have the numbers on my platform. Right? I don't have 500 people watching me. I don't have 1,000. I don't have 2,000. I don't have 3,000. Right? The videos aren't getting 200,000 views. Right? But I still do what I do on my platform to highlight the conversation, and hopefully you guys share the video and hit the like button. Sometimes I have to beg people to hit the like button, which is ridiculous, but hey, it is what it is. There's some monitoring spirits watching, as Andre would say. They're just here watching and listening. They don't like the content. They don't like me because I'm highlighting the wicked, evil government that they support. You understand? So they just watch. Right? They don't type. They don't nothing. They don't like the video. They don't dislike the video. They are just here as monitoring spirits. Sadie, what's up? Right? Yeah. Instead of attacking the government for the wickedness that they're doing, they want to attack us. They attack London 45, them attack Andre, them attack Jay Bryan, right? Them attack everybody, right? Constant attack for the peoples that are patriots of the country and speaking the truth. It's constant attack. It's not like they come and formulate good arguments, solid arguments. They just defend the criminality. That's all they do. That's all they do. You understand? But listen, basic information that is supposed to be, accounted for, Auburn Hill. Basic information is not there. Under your government's watch. The responsibility lies with you. I remember when the babies had died, and Andrew Wallen said he could hear the babies crying. You understand? Alright, sir. Man say, I'm not a lab rat, don't do me that again. Win some. Happy Sunday to you, win some. Basic information, Not complex, basic. That is the highest level of incompetence. As the boss, I am the boss. They are the employee. I am calling for the resignation of Andrew Onis and Christopher Tufton. And also the Manchester boys. Right? Immediate. Andrew Onis should have been resigned. Because he can't certify. But we're going to get to another reason why he should resign. And we're going to show you another pattern. These guys come and they tell you, oh, we're going to get a committee and we're going to fix it. Never fix. Oh, we're going to do this in 6 years. Never happens. And what they do is offer you excuses as to why it didn't happen. But claim they are committing to something. Edwin said, greetings, my brother. Peace and blessings unto you and your audience. Very positive platform, sir. Keep up the good work. May Allah, many blessings be with you and your family. Same to you, my brother. Respect. Right?
How could the hospital not have been able to provide that to the Auditor General? What? Anyway, let's continue. The absence of complete data on the government portal because the hospital was not uploading information in the way it should have, and the limitation in the procurement data presented by the hospital impaired our ability to effectively analyze the hospital's overall procurement activities for the period April 2019 to March 2025. This prevented us gathering insights into the hospital's procurement patterns, methodology, categories, suppliers, and trends. But the Auditor General did what they could. So what did they do? They took the information they got from the hospital and they mapped it, they analyzed it. And what they found was that the hospital relied on the direct contracting method for 634 of the 986 procurement activities at 64%. And you can see that in the graph that they have here. The Auditor General says typically direct contracting and emergency procurement are considered to provide the least assurance that value for money has been achieved, as it involves selecting a supplier without a competitive process, which may limit options and transparency. So they hardly gave the Auditor General any information, but even the information they gave them, the Auditor General was able to look at that and say something wrong with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Albany Hill, you heard that? Lack of transparency. No accountability. And even with the information that they did give the Auditor General could look at that alone and say, yo, there is something wrong here. There is something wrong here. That is so bad. So you can imagine if they gave them all the basic information, the Auditor General would have enough to ask for a surcharge. The Auditor General would have enough to demand a surcharge, to suggest a surcharge. Omar said, do you know how many people are scared to visit Jamaica because they don't want to have an emergency while being there? Omar, I am scared to have an emergency while living here. I believe that they are giving us the support that we need. The comprehensive, detailed analysis of Dr. Alfred Dawes is the support that we need. He gave us the tools to be great in highlighting the wicked, evil, disgusting reality in the Ministry of Health. Yes, freedom. I really don't understand why people are attacking the PMP. You know, you're focusing your energy on the wrong they are not even the government. They are doing everything they're supposed to as the opposition. You understand? Hold on. Hello?
Hello, Bolo. Me again.
Yes. Go ahead. Lord have mercy. I'm going to call her back again. Same thing happened. Same thing happened. Just because when I play this up. Yeah, hello?
Me just hear you now.
Yes.
Something wrong.
Something wrong with your phone, because I don't hear you. You're gone. Hello? Of course, Mr. Christopher to Mr. Dr. Alfred Dawes did a superb breakdown. That was a superb breakdown. The man gave us all the tools we needed, right, to call out what is happening in the Ministry of Health. Guys, remember the drill. Remember all of it. Remember all of it. Don't forget. They are still hiding who owns the company that ordered the drill. We still don't have the information on that. You guys don't remember? Come on, man. Let us be real here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. I don't know. I'm not get Kim on me. I try to call her back, but it's not even. Oh, it's ringing now. You stay here, so
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I was just being reminded a while ago in my mind. I was just reflecting while they were playing these surfs and stuff.
Yes.
I remember how many persons did have to be let go from the TNT side when they were in government. Colonel Spencer was a victim. Richard Azan, oh my God, Richard Azan built some shops to help poor people.
Yes.
And Andrew let's get up in the parliament.
Yes.
And say, sit down in the parliament
Yes.
with Richard Azan in there. So what happened now? Why we can't get up and say we don't want him as the leader of the country without his statutory declaration can be certified? We don't want Xavier Mean in there without his statutory declaration can be certified. We don't want Christopher Tufton with so much mismanagement of the country's resources. We don't want in there with him.
Yes.
Look at that thing. Right?
Right.
Portia Simpson had to fire Dr. Fenton Ferguson.
Right.
So Andrew Clinton here, period, there be a ball in our country.
Yes.
So based on what I said earlier, it wasn't to offend the party or to offend anyone in particular. I was just reflecting and seeing the difference when Andrew Hollis was in opposition compared to us now in opposition. And that is where my a part of what I was saying was just coming from. So I don't want people to be misunderstood. Or me coming hard on TNT or this and that, but I want us. I want us, when we say us, we want us to be more astute, to be more aggressive. And when I say aggressive, I don't mean vulgar. Because there's a difference between aggressive and vulgar. Daryl Vaz is vulgar. We don't want that. But we need to stand up and we need more fire. Because when Andrew Holness was in opposition, he did not play with Portia. I want us to remember that.
Yes.
If Portia take a trip overseas, Andrew wants to know what she they're going to do and what happened up there. He wants to know everything. I want us to go back and revisit some videos from when Andrew was in opposition, how we used to behave and carry on, and play them so the people then can see. And that is all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean
Alright.
the approach to that Andrew Tech talking about him not going to sit in the parliament. PNP can't take that approach right now. Because there's a lot of debates and stuff and important laws. This is a very different environment.
They don't have to take the same exact approach.
No,
but
I'm just
steps
putting it
that
out
they can
there.
take.
I'm just putting it out there. If that's what some people are thinking, that, oh, we're supposed to go and not go into the parliament
No,
and do
you
the
don't have
people's
to do
business.
that. But
That's
there
not
are
going to
things
work.
that we can take.
That's not going to be
There are
wise. You can't tell her that right now.
There are other steps we can take.
Like
There are
what?
other steps we can take.
Like what?
Huh?
Like what? Give us a
We
suggestion.
can't talk about strategy. We can't talk about political strategies online when we're in a position, Bolo. We have to talk about them as someone offline. We can't talk about it online.
Okay.
So what if I think we have to tell you, my brother, but I just the time and I have the time sometimes to call up when you call up to talk to you. What if things are going on, we don't know about, you know.
All right, mama.
I see where the JLP, even though they must say they want to work with Mark and they want to
No,
work
that's
with Unity.
rubbish.
Not like that.
Rubbish.
Nothing like
Rubbish.
that.
Not like that.
The action of them are
Totally
speaking
different.
loudly.
Totally different. Listen to me.
The action of them
Who
are
remember?
speaking loudly.
Well, I know. Who remember when Andrew Holness was in Parliament and said that, the opposition leader spoke to him about, being a part of the process in some capacity, but he hasn't figured out a way to how to make that possible to include him. No, I mean it's not. It's not just disrespectful. It shows how much of a brain he doesn't have. He's not very smart.
Exactly.
If you can't find a way of include the opposition leader in the process of recovery and rebuilding Jamaica and being accountable at the same time, then, sir, you should not be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You are obviously unqualified.
Of course. course.
Because Mr. Golden,
Look at the capital budget.
Mr. Golden is
a budget. They just sit down and wait for 10 years. Now, if you drive a couple kilometers in Jamaica, every kilometer you drive will be a patrol, and the capital budget they sit down for 10 years enough spend.
Well, I know.
So the health sector is a mess.
Well, I know. The fact that this man cannot come up with a plan how to include Mr. Golden, it means that he's not qualified to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica or in any capacity of leadership at all. Simple. Him not ready.
Why, Bolo?
Him not ready, you know?
People are rude that talk.
And you see, one of the things them to me, these are the root cause of it. None of us would be saying this about the People's National Party if they did win. I don't need to remember say the man them thief the election. So you need to stop it. Kimono, you need to stop it. Ono need to stop it. That are the bottom line about it. We're not supposed to hear none of this. I rob the man, them rob the election. The People's National Party won the election.
Bolo.
It was stolen. Bolo. So you need to stop it.
We can all agree. But we must also remember, I agree with you, my brother. And I am as passionate as you about that. So I'll know me upset. But
of course.
Remember, during the campaign, we take the words for life. We take them words lightly. I remember when Mackenzie come out and said we will never surrender Jamaica to PNP.
And you see,
remember when Darryl Ball said we will win at any cost.
You see,
we did not take those
one of the things.
Seriously.
One of the
let them teach it.
But
we can't come back from that.
One of the things.
At any cost.
One of the
as
things.
They have promised they would.
Well, I know.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, you hear me? One of the things then where we are not put as just talk and say, the man then said they will not surrender Jamaica. There is a spiritual aspect to this, you know. What make you think Juliet Knowles gone to India? There is a spiritual aspect to this, you know. And the prophet them talk about it and they're not listening. The man them set altars all over the country, brethren.
I agree.
So when we not talk about PNP, we are dealing with spiritual wickedness in the highest places. For hold down Jamaica and for them keep power. So we need to factor in that too as well. This is not just barely politics. Well, thank you very much. Let me tell you, we are going to listen to what the men and women of God say. The entire country needs to repent. That is how we are going to be delivered from Pharaoh. Oh, nobody now want to hear that. Come on. Well, there you go. There lies the problem. So we will continue to be suffering under Pharaoh. Because the man of the country lacks spiritually. High level of science. India. Gandhi River. All type of something them are going with. Yeah. So you can't stay the thing say the man them are refill and reboot up the altars of power. Okay? Alright? Israel is involved in Jamaican politics. I go play one tape, I go play one clip after this from Colin Bell asking a very, very serious question because some people never watched the Senate the other day and hear when Dana Morris Dixon talk about the Israeli people them down here and what them are doing. Let us really talk about it on this Sunday here.
Yeah.
Spiritual wickedness, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So no stop call upon the PNP this and PNP that. It's bigger than I want to think. Alright? It's bigger than I want to think. Big up on yourself.
Take care.
And some things I don't really talk about on this program and I'm going to play this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
A truth does not mind being questioned, boy. We don't mind questions.
Listen
but
to
a lie doesn't like being challenged. You know a question I want to ask the Jamaican people?
Yes.
Why are we hosting Israelis, so much Israelis? Well, why we need Israelis at Jamaica to even deal with psychosocial issues with our children?
Yes. Not my pitney.
Hold on the val. I am of the opinion that we're not supposed to have the Israelis here.
None.
In our schools or in our health sector.
None.
Me not agree with it.
No apology,
The
none.
greatest genocide in modern day history.
Yes.
Was done to the Palestinians.
Yes.
By the Israelis.
Yes.
Why the backside? We should have Israelis in our hospitals as nurse. And Israelis dealing with psychosocial issues with our children. I want to know if the labor rights them out there agree with having the people who are murdering women and children.
Yes.
In Palestine. Why we need them to send anybody here? Is that the example Andrea is setting for the people of Jamaica? Being friends with people who are committing genocide? How many hear nobody talk about that?
Brother, let me tell you something, man. You see when they have the ears of a lot of the people, because me touch upon the Israel thing, you know. But enough people don't watch me when me live, and enough people don't watch the replay sometimes. Me touch upon that, you know. Some of my avid listeners, them know, so me touch upon that. And me touch upon the connection and how Andrew run got Israel. Talk to my TV talk about it a long time. Enough time. Talk to my TV, I one of them in afraid. You understand? For put those things out there. You see me? So as me I tell you now, you don't understand. The company will get the contract, the election, is an Israeli company. And there's some serious allegation, negative allegation around that company in another country before this election that keep. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be frank with you. No PMP, none of us can take down Andrew Honest. God is taking down Andrew Honest. Understand that. The level where the man there. You understand? The powers him have behind him. No regular. No man not going to get the glory of taking him down. But that does not mean that we're not going to come here and do our part. Alright? That doesn't mean that we're not going to come here and do our part, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But at the end of the day, God will have the glory. Only God will have the glory. No man, no vlogger, nobody is going to take the glory and say, and me make Andrew Honest fall. None of it. God are going to take the glory. The man is at the level of Pharaoh, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear a man say, when you hear another grown man say, he acts, he operates under the pleasure and the leisure of the Prime Minister. A king and queen alone, me hear them the terminology there. Go for. But a one king, and a God Almighty, and his son Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Right? One king. And if you don't want to get deliverance, you better recognize the one king. Listen, man. You hear what I said? God is going to take glory for taking down Andrew Honest. Nobody else. It got so blatant. You will not be able to deny. Just like how Pharaoh gets swallowed up by the blouse and skirt. See? I see him way. Sometimes when you not hear the JLP people and talk, I want to hear like them a confess things. I want to wonder to, when you listen to them good. I want to say, so how come they say that? Then I realize say, them a contradict all themselves. Then I realize them a expose this and I expose that. You don't realize? We're going to go to that right now. After this.
Call of God.
Hold on there. I will slow down. Lord have mercy. Hey, me have to big up Colin Belly, man. Yo, what if I respect me, General? Make sure someone go subscribe to Portland Spice TV, ladies and gentlemen.
In terms of the quality of learning, that question is one that I also have. It's not perfect, so support across the ministry. And some of it is virtual, and some of it is face-to-face. And so our guidance counseling team has been supported by 36 private clinicians across the island. So we have a program in the ministry where we pay private psychologists and psychiatrists. And so they've been helping us to deliver the psychosocial support. And I know there's someone here, and if you give me a chance, I'll give you the name of someone who is here and visiting. And I'll give you that soon. And it's Maya Yairi, who is here from Israel, and she's here with her group. And she's been doing some of the psychosocial work in addition to these. So we have our guidance counselors, we have our local.
What inspired you this morning? Did the Almighty wake you up with that in your brain?
No, it has been jarring at me from the other day.
Auburn Hill, an Israeli. Colin, what inspired you this morning? Did the Almighty wake you up with that in your brain?
No, it has been jarring at me from the other day, you know. And then I hear Dana Morris Dixon in the Senate on Friday praising an Israeli for here dealing with psychosocial matter. And I said, what the hell? Why we have Israelis here interacting with our children from a country who is committing genocide. We have never seen anything like that, murdering women and children and elderly without any care in the world. And you are friends with those people? My grandparents tell me, say, show me your company, me tell you who you are.
Sure.
So, Colin, that is what I'm saying. When you brought it up this morning, you see how many of you listeners and those who are do you see how much it fired up the platform about it? It is a very insidious, demonic force that come to stamp out our young people. That's our future. That's our foundation.
Yeah,
the children's mental part, the mental stability, the mental health of our young people in the schools.
Big up Colin Bell. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, remember when Andrew Wallace said it's not 2019, listen to this.
And the Chinese government have agreed that they will assist us in building 3 new STEM schools. You know what STEM means? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The government of Jamaica will also fund 3 additional STEM schools, and they will.
Well, you know what additional mean? That means a 6 STEM school. 3 from China and 3 from the government. Let's continue.
It's spread strategically right across Jamaica. So we will be doing within the next 6 years 6 new STEM schools.
This was in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Where is STEM school then there?
It's conservative. Depending on how our economy does, I am committed to putting more resources and putting resources faster to this project.
So depending on how the economy does, has any school started? Just a question. Ladies and gentlemen, recently at the prayer breakfast, January 7, 2026, Andrew Wallace said this.
Let us listen to you. Not potential within the population and within the society to pull more persons into the labor force. And one of the complaints that we have been having is that, and we get it all the time, we just can't find good people to work. We just can't find productive, trained, skilled, competent, reliable people.
So now Andrew Wallace just admitted an administrative failure of his government. He promised 3 STEM schools was to be built by the Chinese in 2019. It would take 6 years. And he even went further. He also said if the economy goes well, he would want it to happen in 3 years. But give him the 6 years. All right, that would have been excellent. I would be saluting him. I would have been telling him what a great job. STEM school, that is the way to go because of the engineering factor, the mathematics, technology, AI, everything. Ladies and gentlemen, you're telling me in 2026, the man them can't find skilled worker? I wonder why. If you had built the STEM schools, them would have had a plethora of skilled individuals in so many different areas of engineering, and that's what you need when you want to really develop a country. And it would have helped us very well in actually having people on the ground ready to rebuild Jamaica after a Category 5 monster hit us. But ladies and gentlemen, this is just another promise that was not fulfilled. Ladies and gentlemen, remember when Andrew on it. So, when you hear that, well, ladies and gentlemen, you know, say, I'm a part of a group. And the group got wind of the video. Big up to the group, by the way. The group got wind of the video, ladies and gentlemen. And they literally gave me multiple sources. Zane, they gave me multiple sources. Some of them might be watching right now. They gave me multiple sources, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Oh, Jesus. They gave me multiple sources in regards to references for the STEM school in terms of articles. Right? And I'm going to pull up some of them for you right now. Because this is where we see a pattern, you know. And this is what I mean when I say we cannot trust the JLP government. I don't know about you guys, but I don't trust them. Right? I don't trust them. A lot of people would say, but barely come, we had the pandemic, and they would make all types of excuses for the government before they actually looked at the evidence. They don't even do any research, And those are who I call the lab rats. Those who I call the lab rats. The ones that don't really put out any effort to fact check anything. Right? Them just talk and defend the government die-heartedly. You are a lab rat. You hear what I said? That is who you are, a lab rat. And you are the problem. People like you is what is wrong with this country. I'm going to take that back. See the article here? This is our today. This article was November 28th, 2023. Zine. And we have Nigel Clark in the picture. Right? We have Favour Williams. She was the Minister of Education at the time. Nigel Clark. So it's a collaboration between the Ministry of Education and the Finance Ministry. And we also have Leela Burnock. I don't even can't pronounce. She's the World Bank Country Director for Caribbean countries, right? I don't even know, or I can't pronounce her name. Anyway, the title says, Government secures 4.6 billion loan to fund STEM high schools. Rollout of education management system. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen. Let's read. Let's read.
Government of Jamaica.
Come on now.
The government of Jamaica
Yes.
and the World Bank have signed an agreement for a $30 million US dollars,
Right.
4.6 billion Jamaican dollars, loan that will be used to build Jamaica's first science, technology, engineering, and mathematics focused high school, as well as fund the rollout of the Jamaica Education Project, JP. Through the Jamaica Education Project, the Ministry of Education will procure and install a comprehensive education management information system. This enterprise software system will allow the Ministry of Education to optimize the management and allocation of education resources in a manner that is not possible while relying on manual data and systems. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, MOFPS. Dr. Nigel Clark explained in a statement on X as he expressed excitement about the partnership between the Ministry of Education and the World Bank to improve Jamaica's math and science education outcomes. Clark noted that improvements in math and science outcomes will make Jamaica a more attractive destination for higher value-added investments and higher-paying jobs. He added that the availability of real-time management information on the education system will allow the Ministry of Education to improve Jamaica's education outcomes and better achieve its policy goals. Left to right, Minister of Education Faye Val-Williams, Minister of Finance and the Public Service Dr. Nigel Clark and Lilia Bvrclips, World Bank Country Director for Caribbean countries. Photo, X at Nigel Clark job. The STEM curriculum and teaching methods in all high schools will also be upgraded. The agreement, signed on November 20th, will end on June 30th, 2029. Clark announced the signing of the agreement on Sunday while speaking at a constituency conference for Northwestern St. Anne. He shared that 6 STEM schools are to be built in Jamaica. Construction of Jamaica's first science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, STEAM, academy commenced in Debaholden, St. Catherine, last year.
So, that is an article from 2023, November 20th, 2023. Andrew One spoke about building these STEM schools in 2019 at a conference. And he stated within 6 years, he wanted to build 3 or 6 of them. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I am not aware of any STEM schools being built. Not even one. So I'm asking, where are the STEM schools? There's another article here from the Observer. It says, PM still pushing for 6 new STEM schools. This was June 29, 2021. That was 2 years after. So 2021 to 2023, yes? Then now, this was a video. We are still establishing the first STEAM institution. Right? Them still are doing it now. See that?
In school. And all of you sitting here have children in school. And some of you are of school age. You know what my greatest worry is? My greatest worry is that our education system is not producing enough of the human resources we need to support the development of the country. That's my greatest worry. And we are seeing it happening now. As the economy is growing, it is growing past the labor force that we have. And that is why we put in place the Education Transformation Task Force to study the problem. And they have given us the report, and we are about to execute upon that now. Just last week, Minister Faye Val-Williams and Minister Clark signed with the World Bank to build the first STEM school. You know what STEM means? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We need more scientists. We need more people who understand in technology, whether it is artificial intelligence or natural intelligence. We need more engineers, and we need more people who have a mathematics foundation. Every time I say that, you have some people say, remember the arts. We have a natural competitive advantage in the creative arts and the creative industry. We haven't utilized it enough. We haven't formalized it. And so it's not just a STEM school we're going to be building. We're going to be building what we call a STEAM institution. So it is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no question. There's no question about them can't come with say they're using CMU and heart. Them can't come with that. The commitment is clear. Them get the money. Them get the money. What the STEM school them there. As a matter of fact, he upgraded it from STEM to STEAM. And this was 2023, we're in 2026. What are you going to do? You're going to blame Hurricane Melissa. Want to get the money from 2023. Is school start yet? Where is the breaking of the ground of this STEAM school? Where is it? Did you guys hear Andrew Honest in his campaign in the last election talk about a STEM school? How long do you get to put an idea out there before you see the works manifested? Before people call him out on the bullshit? How long does he get to promise? Oh no, he doesn't promise, he makes commitment. How long does it take? What is the timeline of this commitment? You can't commit to something, you know. You can't tell one girl, say, baby, you know, so me I go marry you. 40 years pass and no marriage, and even give her one ring. This is what they do to string you along, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they do. So, on this basis is where I say, listen, if I don't see, I mean, when it comes to Christopher Tufton talking about 4 months and all of this, I don't believe that. I don't believe anything is going to change in 4 months. I don't believe we're going to have the same issues 4 months from now. Right? Look at this article now. Jesus, hallelujah. September 26, 2025. Jamaica first STEAM academy to be established in St. Catherine. To be established. This was last year, September, you know. We are going to read this, you know. Me just give you an update from, you know, to show you. Let's read. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen. Let's read.
Jamaica's first science, technology, engineering, arts, and
oh, and by the way,
Monday through Thursday, 8:30.
This is the JIS website. This is their website, ladies and gentlemen. Not my word. Their website.
Monday through Thursday, 8:30. Jamaica's first science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, STEAM, academy is being established in St. Catherine as part of the government's thrust to better prepare students for the jobs of the future. Deputy Chief Education Officer for Core Curriculum and Support Services at the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Winnie Berry, made the disclosure while speaking during the launch of Jamaica's Young Voices Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, Creative Expression Competition, held on Thursday, September 25th, at Excelsior High School in Kingston. Ms. Berry, who represented Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Dr. Kazan Troop, informed that plans are underway to expand the number of STEAM academies to 6 by 2029. These institutions will feature state...
Yo! The man them totally movie goalpost, you know. In a 2019, Andrew said, in a 6 years, I'm going to build a 6 school them. Now it's 2029. Wow. Wow.
State-of-the-art facilities, advanced laboratories, and dedicated spaces for digital innovation, robotics, and the creative arts. That's a big deal, she declared, adding that the government has already laid the foundation for the first STEAM Academy in St. Catherine.
Which foundation? Show it. Which foundation? Anybody in St. Catherine? Anybody in St. Catherine are part of laying of a foundation of a STEAM school? And when did we get the funds again? When was the funds allocated? Post the retirement of Nigel Clark. And now is the time in a schedule for 2029. Another promise. Yo, these guys are good, man. They are slick. They are slick.
In St. Catherine, Deputy Chief Education Officer, Core Curriculum and Support Services, Ms. Berry noted that the initiative aligns with broader education reforms, including the ministry's Transforming Education for National Development, TREND, program, which aims to modernize curriculum delivery and ensure equitable access to quality learning opportunities for all students. She added that the education thrust also aligns with Vision 2030 Jamaica the National Development Plan aimed at making the country the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. A central pillar of this vision is education, one that is relevant, modern, and capable of equipping our youth with the tools to navigate an ever-changing world, Ms. Berry stated. She stated that the ministry's emphasis on innovation is reflected in the launch of Jamaica's Young Voices competition, which will engage students from grades 4 to 13 in poetry, short stories, visual art, and digital media. This competition is especially meaningful as it forms part of Jamaica's preparation for the third voluntary national review in 2026. By engaging students in creative expression, we are saying to them, your voices matter, your perspectives are valued, and your creativity can help shape Jamaica's progress on the global stage, Ms. Berry said. She added that outstanding entries will be featured in Jamaica's official report to the United Nations in July 2026, underscoring the seriousness with which the government values the contributions of young people. Be bold in your creativity, fearless in your expression, and proud of your voice, whether through a
Yo, see this government say that we love talk about suing social media people. Be fearless in your expression, be bold in your creativity, and proud of your voice. When you guys try to attack people on social media,
poem, a story, a painting, or a digital artwork, let the world see Jamaica through your eyes, Ms. Berry told the students. In his remarks, Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PAJ, Dr. Wayne Henry, welcomed the competition as a meaningful platform for empowering young Jamaicans to contribute to national development. He added that the initiative ensures the ideas of young people are not only heard, but actively incorporated into shaping Jamaica's future development agenda. Submissions for Jamaica's Young Voices SDG Creative Expression Competition are due by December 19th.
So, ladies and gentlemen, according to these people, the STEM school or STEAM school is breaking ground. They have laid foundation in St. Catherine. For my people that are living in St. Catherine, I need you guys to do some investigation as to where the STEAM school is, the foundation is, or where them ability in St. Catherine. I'm also calling on the potential PMP politicians that are watching me. We need to do some investigation about this. We need to see tangible proof that there is indeed something that is being done in terms of building STEAM school. Oh, by the way, if 6 of them then say them a build, them say China a build 3. Let's not forget. So it's not one STEM school supposed to build by 2029. As a matter of fact, according to Andrew Onis, he wanted to build 6 of them, or at least 3 of them in 6 years. I would think, PJ Patterson could have pulled that off while paying off the IMF. But not Andrew Onis. Not his government. Not with all of the scandals and corruption and monies unaccounted for. Trillions of that. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if those trillions of dollars that is unaccounted for was used to build the STEM schools? Can you imagine that the trillions of dollars unaccounted for, according to the Auditor General reports, if that money was used to build Jamaica, we wouldn't have a skilled workers problem. We wouldn't have that issue. We wouldn't have that issue, The only reason why we have that issue is because of corruption. Right? That is why this statement by our good leader, Mark Jefferson Golding, is so profound.
Corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything it can to weaken and undermine the Integrity Commission.
Where's the lie?
Which is an institution that I designed as Minister of Justice and brought the legislation to Parliament to fight corruption in this country. I have said it before and I will tell you again. Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country.
Ladies and gentlemen, where's the lie? This is the real issue why Jamaica is not being developed, in a faster capacity. A lot of money is being siphoned off. A lot of money is being pocketed. Right? Daryl Vaz, where are the buses? Where are the buses? Where are the buses? I can't wait for Andre to go to Florida, you know? Andre Stevens, you know? Where are the buses? People pray for Andre Stevens and pray for all of you here. Especially the investigative reporters that actually do real reporting. The Mystic Sensations, the Wayne Lonesome, the Andre Stevens. Pray for all of them. Mr. Will Rattigan was recently under attack. His character smeared by false allegations. Very damning false allegations. Oh, there will be lawsuits, ladies, and don't listen. There will be serious. People are going to pay. Yeah, man. Legally, they are going to pay. Crystal, you didn't know that? You never know that? You never listen to Mr. Will Rattigan yesterday? You never listen to Mr. Will Rattigan show yesterday? He went through it. They literally put out there that the man is a convicted criminal. Can you imagine? A former FBI agent. Anthony, why have hey, make sure someone subscribe to my YouTube, all that people on TikTok. Excuse me. The link is in the bio. No, Crystal, I have to go watch it, you know. Forget the full details, you know. Last night I was live and I was touching on it. But you need to go and watch Mr. Will Rattigan show for the full details. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So you see, them attack Andre with lawsuits. Them attack Will Rattigan with false allegations surrounding his character. And this man is a lawyer. This man has his own legal team. Because they don't want him to be a part of the diaspora elections. Because, of course, the JLP is in government and he will not cooperate. They don't seem as cooperative. But they will pay. What they have done, you know, they have rejuvenated the will of Mr. Will Rattigan. That's what they have done. They have also rejuvenated the support base of Mr. Will Rattigan. His platform, the people that watch him. And I love it. I absolutely love it. One by one, they'll be going to jail, ladies and gentlemen. One by one, they'll be going to jail. Hear what I said? One by one, they'll be going to jail. So, the thing about it is, for me, guys, when it comes to the Jamaica Labour Party, I don't want to hear their promises. I want to hear timelines. And when they give us a timeline, I don't want to hear excuses. I want to see execution. Andrew Honest promised in 2019 that he would build some STEM schools. China is helping to build some. and the government would build 3. They actually got money. $4.6 billion. 4.6 billion. Right? And I think that's US. No, US 30 million, which is 4.6 billion Jamaican. As I said, Nigel Clark was the Minister of Finance at the time, and Favour Williams was the failing Minister of Education at the time. So where's the money? How can we access the details to the process of building these schools?
But don't fret about the security, fret about the judge, cause one by one who no go into jail, one by who no go into, one by. But don't fret about the security, fret about the judge, cause one by one who no go into jail, one by who no go into, one by. But don't fret about the security, fret about the judge, cause one by one who no go into jail, one by who no go into, one by.
But in closing, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on with UHWI? Do you guys know that the young lady, are you guys aware of the young lady that is being charged along with 2 other accomplices? She's a doctor. And where did she study? At the UHWI. Where did she graduate from? The UHWI. What's going on with the UHWI, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on with MOCA? What's going on with JCF, JDF? What's going on with the Jamaica Labour Party? What's going on with the FID, the FNID, CTAC? What is going on in our beloved country of Jamaica? What is actually going on? All the institutions, it appears that they are tainted. Sagicor, what is going on with Sagicor? Sigma Run. A lot of questions, legitimate questions, has been mounted around the Sagicor Sigma Run. Until we get actual, documentation of this so-called CT scan that's supposed to come this year. I did say them say that come. But Mr. Dr. Hunter alleges something quite, well, he's saying that the CT scan is going to go to the private practice of Dr. Carl Bruce. Dr. Carl Bruce, is there any truth to that? No, we are just witnessing through the reports of the Gleaner that this young lady, a very pretty young lady, I might add, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking at her and I'm saying to myself, Miss Doet, I'm looking at her and I'm asking myself, is she the mastermind behind this fraud scheme that they're alleging that she is? Is she the mastermind? Medical doctor among 3 charged. Right? And then there's an update, ladies and gentlemen, which I will read before I go on this. Right? Reggae boy Corey Burke today taken in custody by police following a scuffle with cops manning the gate at Ferdinita Sports Complex in Portmore, St. Catherine, for the Jamaica Premier League football match between Portmore United and Racing FC. Wow. Reggae boy detained. Marshall Shields. Body-worn cameras don't stop bullets, but they can stop lies. Ooh! Ooh! I like this. Ooh, I like this. This is a good one. When police officer steps into a volatile situation, a body-worn camera will not disarm a gunman, calm a violent suspect, or magically de-escalate every confrontation. That much is obvious. So when Aubrey Stewart argues that body-worn cameras record violence, they do not prevent it, he is in a narrow sense correct. But the truth standing alone risk missing the bigger and more important picture, especially for Jamaica at the moment in our policing journey. Wow. This right here, boy. Ooh, this right here. Let me read this. I like this. I like the title, bro. I like the title. I like the title. Whoa, 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 whoa. Geopolitics. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, Canada Prime Minister Mark Carney said Sunday his country has no intention of pursuing a free trade deal with China. He was responding to United States President Donald Trump's threat to impose a 100% tariff on goods imported from Canada if America, northern neighbor, went ahead with a trade deal with Beijing. Hey, ya mama, mama. Hey, ya mama, mama. Una hear this? Una hear this? The man say him now do no deal free trade with China, you know? That are the Prime Minister of Canada, you know? Mighty God. Wow. Wow. Woman dies after collapsing in church in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. What? What? Whoa. Whoa. I'm just reading those headlines. Wow. Man held after allegedly threatening and assaulting policeman in Spanish Town. Yo, me not tell no lie. This is why I want the police them to have body-worn cameras. Listen to me. It is going to help to defend the police, you know, from allegation, you know. So I don't know why. When I say this is the new Gene and Panther. No, hold on there. Yeah. No. Me not take it so far enough, freedom. Me not take it so far. Gene and Panther now a whole case by itself. While this lady is a case by herself. But I will say, I am asking the question. This doctor lady, is she the mastermind behind this fraud scheme? Because I'm telling you, it is really brazen and bold, you know. They are audacious as hell for what they allegedly did. Massive winter storm brings frigid temperatures, widespread power outages. Police seek public's help to locate a man wanted in St. Andrew. Housebreaking probe. You have a picture of him. I've got to post this for my, what is? I've got to post this for my, something there. Leeching affiliated entity makes bondholders payment. his affiliated entity. JCSD General Manager, in reply to the financial cleaners queries, she added the funds were received on behalf of the bondholders. Trustee will make the payments accordingly. AIC Barbados Limited has paid US 94 million. Oh, okay, that's the affiliate. You can't say you want a strong commission and at the end of the day, if we have disagreements, you seek to undermine the commission. Jesus! Oh my God! Listen to me. I have to come talk about them article one next time, you know. That's why I share them on my page. No, we have to have this conversation. Craig Beresford, Executive Director of the Integrity Commission, with millions of dollars flowing into the country to carry out rehabilitation works post-Hurricane Melissa. Craig Beresford, the recent installed Executive Director of the Integrity Commission, said the legislative framework for the anti-corruption body should be strengthened, not weakened, to enable it to more effectively carry out its oversight role. Andrew Honest tried to weaken it, ladies and gentlemen, when he carried them to court. Andrew Honest tried to weaken it when he carried to court. That tells you everything you need to know. Use a deductive reasoning. How you doing, Monica? Good evening to you. Use a deductive reasoning. Come out of my mother here now. Fake IDs, stolen titles. Mocha bust alleged 600 million property fraud ring allegedly involving St. Andrew Doctor. 600 million, you know, ladies and gentlemen. If she did this, she a bad mother jammer, boy. If she's responsible for this, she's a bad mama jammer. I can tell you that. She is a bad mama jammer. Facts. Facts on facts on facts. Facts on facts on facts. You see me? She looks so unassuming in the picture. And that's how them say looks so deceiving. Ma'am, I would like to look in your eye and ask you. I'd like to look in your eye and ask you. Are you responsible for this? Are you aware? Like, is this you? Is this you? You did that? I really want to know. Yeah, I would just, yeah, I would just like to know, are you responsible? No, between me and you. This is you? You the mastermind behind this, ma'am? Or as my friend suggests, are you another Gene Pantan? Malay? How many women of criminality in Jamaica? That needs to be a topic. Because they would be the easiest to not be looked at. How involved are the women in high levels of criminality and fraud in Jamaica? Because, women love money, I'm looking for the comments of the ladies in the comment section after saying that, I'm waiting on the responses. Some women love money more than some. But a lot of women are driven by money. Yeah, man. Isn't that a fact? No, putting it down, I'm just saying. Men are driven by women. Well, heterosexual men are driven by women. Women are driven by money. It's the Achilles heel of both genders. The Achilles heel of a heterosexual man is a woman. And the Achilles heel of women is money. Most of them. Not all. Not all. Not all. And therein lies one of the issues when it comes to unions. Because nobody, enough woman no start from scratch with no man. No. You have to have a thing. The thing have to up, bro. The thing have to up. The thing have to up. Not a lot of women are going to start. Listen, I know some good women. Yeah, I've been blessed to know some good women. So don't think I don't know that there's good women. You understand? But the large majority of these women nowadays, And I'm not even talking about church women. I'm not even going there. I am not even going there. People come to church with their flaws, yeah? They don't work on themselves. So I'm not even talking about no church woman. I'm not even talking about no Christian. They come with their flaws. You see me? Anyway, we shall see how far this case goes with this doctor here, because it's one of the most unique fraud cases that we've ever seen. They use identification manipulation to enter into financial institutions, to rob the financial institution. It's a very, very serious serious case. So I would love to see how far the rabbit hole goes. And I hope that CTAC or Mocha explores it to the full length of where it is possible it has gone. But I leave you with that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep an eye on those that STEAM school. Them say 2029, this government will not be in power until 2029. Not if God has anything to say about it. Something good is going to happen and something good is in store. This year. This good year, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? Thank you guys for your continued support. Big up my group. You know what I mean? The ones that I fast through and I listen. Big up on yourself. You understand? Big up your team. Big up TikTok. And big up Bolo Bvrclips. And Bolo VNR 2.0. Oh, ladies, Bolo love you here. Believe. 521 million missing. Now this woman stole 600 million. Shake me head. This can brother, yo, I know she alone. Allegedly, I three of them. 2 women and the girl young, one I personally, I think the man a 44-year-old. Black Loki. Bless up. I leave, me just leave. Some I don't know. I don't know. But we shall see what we shall see. Later, yeah, I'm out. What is something that my nose?